Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through how to get the nursing license or nursing registration in Hungary. It's not only about nurses, it also includes many other professions, for example medical doctors, pharmacists, physiotherapists, midwives, and of course nurses. So these all professions come under a big umbrella term or umbrella organization, which is AEEK for the short of Alami Egesheg, something I forgot, but it is National Health Service Center. So this center is located in Budapest. In a moment I'll show you where exactly it is, and this is where you apply for your registration, right after your graduation. So there is one thing that we all need to have, all these professions, that we need to have registration number from AEEK. It comes from them, right? But they will give it to you after you graduated. This registration number is also called in Hungarian Nyilván Tartási Szám. So this is like the registration number once again, or the so-called license number also. Okay, with that being said, what is required to get this, right? So the eligibility criteria is to have your degree in the profession, of course, a passport copy, passport or ID, could be residence permit, or if you are Hungarian citizen you just go by your address card, which is the plastic card, right? What else? I guess 3,000 forints for the registration and 30 days wait after you graduate. This wait is necessary because school has to or the university that you have studied in has to report your degree to the AEEK. It is required because of university has to report to the AEEK, right? This is the healthcare department. Okay, that's how you do it. This is one. And now there will be one application form which will ask you if you want to work in Hungary or you want to work abroad. You choose what you want to do, but there are two different aspects of it, and there will be also a waiting time period that you would be required to do so. So after these 30 days, if you want to work in Hungary, then you go to, if you are a medical doctor, you go to your medical chamber, which I don't know which one it is. If you are a pharmacist, you go to pharmacy chamber. So medical chamber, because you need the chamber registration before you reach out to AEEK for their license. So that's another, I would say, here, plus chamber registration in case you would like to work in Hungary. If you want to work abroad, that's not a requirement, so this is optional. These are obligations, this is optional. Okay, and let's go about this one first. So chamber registration is obligatory in case you want to work in Hungary. Yeah, obligatory in case you want to work in Hungary. Now, which chambers exist? There is a medical chamber that exists, there is a pharmaceutical chamber that exists, there are other more maybe, but the one which we are interested in, how to get it into nursing and physiotherapists, dietitians, right, and midwives. I also forgot to mention another profession. I think here we have dietitians as well. Okay, that's it. Now so medical chamber, pharmaceutical chamber, there is the health care professional chamber. This is called MESZK. It's Magyar Egészségi Szakdolgozók, something which I'm not sure, but Hungarian health care professional chamber. So for nurses, for physiotherapists, we go here to have the registration, and then once we have the registration number by the chamber that is like your related one, in this case, in the case of nurses or physiotherapists, it's MESZK. Then we go to where? Here, to AEEK, to AEEK, to ask for what? The license or registration. Okay, do I need to pay for the chamber registration? I don't know about others, but as much as I know about MESZK, we don't. No need to pay. Okay, that's it. So that's a little bit of additional wait time, because this chamber might take about, let's say, a month. So they all are waiting. Why? For this thing, 30 days. Because after 30 days, if you go to enkk.hu, you can put your credentials there. For example, your name, and then slide the button bar, which I'll show you in a moment, and then it will show you the registration details. Okay, this is a public data that is available to verify healthcare professionals license or authentication. All right, let's move on with this part. So now you've gotten your degree, you've gotten your passport ID, you've paid for this, waited for this name to show up at this website. Once the name shows up, you can apply to this place, which is, I said, the chamber registrations, because without this, without your online I don't know, your online registration, they can't proceed with your application because they are all looking for this Nielvan Tartashi Sam or registration number, and that comes automatically from this website. Once it is there, once your name shows up here, then you go to this office and then ask for registration. This office requires you to basically have some documents, that is, I'll just put it here, your passport or ID card, your address card, could be paper based or could be let's say plastic card if you have one. They might ask you if you have a job, so if you do, then you put the employer name or their address, right, or phone number. And the last thing they would like to ask you is to diploma or degree certificate copy. You just bring that and then they'll start your registration, and they might take their time. In my case, they took 7 days to give me the registration number. Once I got in their registration number, I went ahead and applied to AEEK, paid my 3,000 forints and got my license, right? And by the end of this procedure, like only this one, if I want to work in Hungary, right, this is what I'm talking about. By the end of this process, you get 2 cards. I'm just simplifying it because numbers might be difficult to understand. So you get 2 cards. Number 1 is your MESZK registration card, and number 2 will be your AEEK license card. Okay, so once you have these, you are ready for the job market. But you might still not be ready because, of course, to work in health department in Hungary, you do need almost a very good language level, B2 Hungarian level. But of course, if you look for international employers or hospitals or clinic, if you find any, then you are already ready because you have these licenses. They can apply for your work permit and you are good to go. If you are Hungarian citizen or someone who is permanently settled, you don't have to worry about all these administration processes to get your work permission. So you can get this, and then you are a certified healthcare professional. Now, if you want to work abroad, here are no requirements, no need to register with what, with the chamber, with your related chamber, for example MESZK. So you don't have to wait additional 7 to 21 days or 30 days. You just wait for this name to show up, as I told, at this website. Keep checking from time to time, because once your school has reported to the AEEK, then once your school has reported to AEEK, then AEEK submits it at this website, right? enkk.hu. You check your credentials. If your name shows up, you know where to go. Either you go to MESZK first if you need to work in Hungary, and then to AEEK for registration of your license, because you need that number in order to be working in Hungary and get that special license. And if you don't want to work in Hungary, then once your name shows up at this website, then you directly go to AEEK and register with AEEK. In this case, you do have to sign a declaration form. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, declaration form. What it says is that you don't want to work in Hungary. Okay, so that's just a mind map. Okay, and AEEK will take its time and will issue you your license eventually, and this license is ready to go. You are not eligible to work in Hungary with this one, but of course it's required by many health authorities and nursing license bodies, um, regulatories abroad. For example, if you want to apply to the US, then you need to have your active license from the country where you graduated in. So depending on which country you are going to, check with the requirements, and you might want to register before you leave the country. There are countries that won't require active license registration in the country where you have just graduated in. So you can check which country you are moving to, and you don't have to apply for this either. But it's anyway is a good thing to have your license from the country you graduated in. It's just 3,000 forints, and about 30 days later you can apply here, and then they will, I think, also reply to you within, I guess in my case it was a week or two, let's say 7 to 14 days. But that depends, of course, from case to case, and for the from time to time. I'm going to show you everything in detail, like more visually, when I go from step to step or step by step, and I'll also show you which links to follow. In the next video, you will see more about it. Thank you very much for watching.